Hello, a very good evening to you. Welcome to ITV News. This is Friday's calendar.
I'm with the next generation of Millie Brights on the very playing fields where she honed her skills.
And I'm round the corner at the Nag's Head, Millie Bright's local, where excitement is mounting.
We're live in Killamarsh in a moment, also on calendar tonight.
The warnings over the e-bike chargers that could end up doing this.
The calls for new laws over weight discrimination.
You're made to feel like you don't fit in and that you're not accepted as you are.
Why one woman from Harrogate says more needs to be done to protect people living with obesity from discrimination at work.
And find out why I'm outside a train in Airedale that isn't going anywhere and people are throwing a party for it.
So first tonight, can they do it? The countdown is underway to the first World Cup football final involving an England team for 57 years.
We're less than 1 day and 17 hours away from kick-off and potentially one of the biggest sporting victories the country has ever seen.
Yes, the Lionesses will face Spain on Sunday, hoping to lift the trophy they've all dreamed of winning. And if they do, it'll be captain Millie Bright who'll hold aloft the game's biggest prize. More than 10,000 miles from her childhood home in Killamarsh, where we will be live in just a moment.
But first, Katie Ellscroft has spent the day in North Derbyshire, where Millie grew up, and where there's massive pride for her and the Lionesses.
But two sides with plenty of belief, and their sights set.
Leading out her team on the other side of the world with a sense of pride. And that's reflected far away from the roar of the crowd in Killamarsh, where it all began. This was 9-year-old Millie Bright with her teammates. They've always appreciated her skills round here.
She used to live with her parents on the end of the street where I live now, and she was always playing football on the street, even on her own. You know, she was doing kick-ups and this, that and the other. But yeah, she's lovely. She's brilliant, and now she's captain as well.
So you live next door to Millie's granddad?
Yes.
You must feel the excitement, really.
Well, I shouted over to him yesterday. I went, "Have they got on?" He went, "It was 3-1, and he was very excited, bless him, so I'm excited for him.
Ellie McNulty from Harrogate was there, and she'll never forget it.
I've personally been into football for a long time and used to play when I was younger, so I was so excited.
And come Sunday, they'll be excited in pubs and cafes in Killamarsh too.
Open on Sunday 8 o'clock. We are stay till 3:30 in the afternoon. And Sunday is our best days, very busy days.
And I guess this Sunday everybody will be here, but looking at the football.
Hopefully, if we're going to do double on Sunday, then it's going to be very busy.
There's actually 5 Yorkshire players.
Yes. There is.
Yes.
And that's always good. Yeah. God's own country. Yes.
Absolutely. The Lionesses under their Yorkshire captain include the versatile Rachel Daly from Harrogate, defender Esme Morgan and goalkeeper Ellie Roebuck, both from Sheffield, and Barnsley's Beth England, who's a forward.
We see so many players from across Yorkshire. Obviously here in Australia, there's quite a lot of people that can't understand the Yorkshire accent. But yeah, that's good to see.
Issy Pollard from Hebden Bridge received her England cap belatedly as recognition of the women's game grew. She played for Doncaster Bells, a former team of Millie Bright's. She couldn't be prouder.
Now, as a professional women's sport, you know, that you can be an elite athlete, it's brilliant. You know, especially the girls from Yorkshire as well, knowing that the Northerners can do it as well as the Southerners.
In 2019, all of Killamarsh turned out to give one of those girls from Yorkshire a hero's welcome for helping England to the semi-finals of the World Cup. But that's never been enough for Millie Bright. Miserable day in Killamarsh. There's growing confidence that this time Millie will shine bright. When you used to see her kicking a ball around, did you ever think then she could play for England?
Well,
she could well put it that way.
She could
like she has been doing this last 3 weeks or so. She's done great.
Yeah, very good.
Put the village on the map.
It's exciting stuff, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Well, we're going to head to Killamarsh now and to the Nag's Head, where we expect they're getting ready for quite a weekend, aren't they, Adam?
Indeed they are, Lara. In fact, look at this beautiful big flag they've got behind us. It's indoors at the moment, but it'll be flying proudly outside. It's a flag for England. It's a flag for Killamarsh as well. And, of course, this is the local pub of Millie Bright's family, and plenty of the staff here, Noah. Look at them all lined up here. So they come in here all the time, aren't they? You've met Millie a few times?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
And what are they like? What's she like?
Every single one of them are just lovely people, down to earth, proper Martians.
Yeah. And what's the atmosphere going to be like here on Sunday? You got things lined up?
We do have things lined up. We're going to have some food and lots of celebrating.
Yeah, there's going to be loads of cheering and that.
Lots of cheering.
And you're usually open at 11, but you're going to open 20 minutes early so everybody can come in and get their seat.
Yes, but they can't get a drink till 11.
They can't get. Well, you could sell them soft drinks, but you said there's no point. They'll be hanging on till 11. Right, okay. Anyway, nice talking to you. We're also joined now by Mick and his boy MJ. How's it going, guys? Looking cool?
Thank you.
Love the shades. You excited about Sunday?
Absolutely, it's going to be a fantastic occasion.
And have you guys been following the tournament closely?
Yes, very closely. I'm absolutely excited. I'm proud of Miller and the girls.
And you're big friends as well with the family. What's it been like for them, this rollercoaster ride?
It's absolutely incredible. And Norm is so proud of his granddaughter.
Yeah.
I just hope they bring the cup home. It's
Yeah.
going to be fantastic.
MJ, you got a score prediction for us for Sunday?
Yeah,
Go on, what is it then?
1-0.
1-0.
1-0.
Do you concur?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Give them a good luck message. You got to.
Whoa, very good luck. Let's bring the cup home, and Killamarsh is behind you. We're all with you, aren't we, Killamarsh? Yes? Yeah. Hey! Let's bring it home. Yes.
There you go. Thanks to you.
Indeed, Adam. Thank you very much indeed. Now then, let's go to Katie Oscroft, who's at the club where Millie Bright first started playing. And Katie, there must be some very proud people with you there this evening.
Certainly, Ari. Now, you see, this is where the real effort's going in. The Dynamos are training hard tonight. I'm actually going to be interrupting training. Come around and have a word, girls, but no one minds here because they absolutely love talking about Millie. Now, I know quite a few of you have met Millie Bright, haven't you? What's she like?
She's like really down home club.
Did she give you a few tips?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what position do you play?
I play midfielder or striker.
Yeah. And what did she tell you?
She said that in when you get into football pro, they need to stay.
Oh, do you know what? That was such a shame, wasn't it? I think the weather's playing havoc with our signal, but never mind. Thanks very much to Katie. Anyway.
Girls as well. They were so cute, weren't they?
I know. Well, what a Sunday it's going to be. Spain versus England in the World Cup final. Kick-off is at 11 o'clock in the morning.
And you can watch all the action right here on ITV1 and ITVX. Our coverage begins at 10:15.
Yes, not to be missed. Now then, you're watching Friday's calendar, and still to come before 6:30.
The whole country is behind you. Come on, girls.
We'll have some of the good luck messages you've been sending in.
And a big swirl of cloud and rain signals a real change to our weather overnight. Storm Betty is on the way, bringing some strong winds as well. I'll have more on that later in the programme.
A Rotherham-based business that converts pedal cycles into e-bikes is warning of the dangers of buying cheap online conversion kits. Experts say people could be putting their homes and lives at risk, with some chargers and batteries posing a serious fire risk.
But fitted professionally and with the right equipment, e-bikes can be great for the environment and for your health. Kevin Ashford reports.
When e-bike battery charging goes very badly wrong.
The voltage of the charger is too high for the battery.
This test carried out by a safety charity illustrates the potential dangers of using cheap e-bike conversion kits, which often just include a motor and some wiring. The buyer is left to source the battery and charger, with possible incompatibility problems.
This is not a job that's a DIY job. If you're going to carry out a conversion of a bike to an e-bike, use a professional, go to a shop. That way you can be sure that the motor and the battery and the charger are all compatible with each other, and there's a lot less risk of fire.
Concerns have also been raised about the DIY fitting and alteration of conversion kits. In a survey, 63% of e-bike and e-scooter owners who were questioned said they'd made modifications to the battery or wiring of their bike or scooter. 57% said they'd done so to make the battery last longer. 58% said it was to allow them to connect to another battery. Staff at this Rotherham-based business say bike owners who plan to fit the kits themselves need to be aware of possible pitfalls.
I think really you need to do your research on this first of all. The purpose-built e-bikes that we sell here at J. James Cycles are all conforming to UK regulations. They're all safety and performance tested, whereas if you buy a conversion kit, you're essentially putting that onto a mechanical bike that hasn't been tested to that degree. This can increase the risk of failure and injury.
Campaigners say they don't want their battery safety message to discourage the use of e-bikes, which have increased in popularity, and is seen as a way of getting more people out on two wheels. A study of users by one charity revealed big benefits.
Participants have reported overwhelmingly positive impacts on health and well-being. It has shown that active travel trips have gone up 50% amongst the participants, and car trips have decreased by 45%. So, it's a really, really great way to make those shorter journeys, which we know, 75% of journeys are less than 5 miles. And so, to switch from a car to an electric bike is a fantastic option.
Safety experts recommend that e-bike conversion kits should only be bought from reputable retailers and be professionally fitted to avoid the possibility of a dramatic and dangerous outcome. Kevin Ashford, ITV News.
Scary stuff. Now then, campaigners say women in our region are among 250,000 who've died waiting for compensation after changes in the pension age. The WASPI campaign's been fighting on behalf of women born in the 1950s who say their retirement plans were plunged into chaos when the state pension age rose to 66. The government says the High Court and Court of Appeal supported its decision. Margaret Parks from Worksop didn't get her pension when she'd planned for it.
If I had got my pension, it would be a lot easier for us than it is now. And you just wonder what's happened to all that money. And they keep saying you need to work 39 years. I've worked 50 now. And so I do think they need to start looking at this.
About time. Well, you're watching Calendar. The ITV Evening News continues here at 6:30. Here's a look at what's happening with Lucrezia Millerini.
The most prolific baby killer in British history. Neonatal nurse Lucy Letby is found guilty of murdering 7 babies in her care and trying to kill 6 more.
I cannot begin to imagine how the families in this case feel today. I just hope that today's verdicts bring all of them some peace of mind for the future.
Prosecutors described Letby as a calculated opportunist who used how vulnerable the babies were to camouflage her crimes. Well, now the government has ordered an independent inquiry into the case. More reaction on this story at 6:30.
Lucrezia, thank you. A woman from Harrogate says more should be done to protect people living with obesity from discrimination at work. It's after research found that 1 in 10 people would decide against hiring someone because they're overweight.
Someone's size isn't a protected trait like race or gender or disability. And Sarah LeBrock says that's not right. She's been speaking to our reporter Catherine Walker.
You're made to feel like you don't fit in and that you're not accepted as you are.
Sarah has been living with obesity her entire adult life. She says it's had a huge impact on her career, with people making assumptions about her ability based on the way she looks.
So people make the assumption that if you are living with obesity, that you are lazy, that you eat too much, that you're not intelligent, that they're just a few of the common ones. And I think, how do you know that? I've done Olympic distance triathlons. I used to run 5 and 10Ks all the time. I have got a degree in chemistry. You know nothing about me by looking at me, but that's what the assumptions people are making the minute they meet you.
A new study shows that 69% of employees think weight discrimination exists in their workplace. More than 3 in 10 said they have witnessed discrimination against someone else because of their weight. 1 in 10 said they wouldn't hire someone who is overweight, believing they're unhealthy, lazy and unmotivated. The report author says this prejudice has long-lasting consequences.
In the long term, we know
that weight discrimination impacts, particularly those people living with obesity. It impacts their ability to get a job, the way they are perceived in doing the job, so they're more likely to be disciplined, they are more likely to be asked to leave the job, and over the course of their careers they will be paid significantly less. So it has a huge impact on people.
Unlike race or gender, there's no specific law protecting people from weight discrimination. Leeds lawyer Jodie Hill says this can make it tricky for workers to take legal action.
You would have to try to argue is that, and obviously only if this was applicable, that it was linked to a disability. That would really be the only legal recourse from a discrimination perspective. Now, of course, people could say, well, it's bullying. It might be bullying, harassment in the non-discriminatory context, but in forms of discrimination, it doesn't occur as a protected characteristic on its own.
In a statement, the government told ITV News they have no plans to amend the Equality Act. They said there is no place for bullying at work, and we urge all employers to ensure their workplace is free of discrimination. But until size is protected by the law, Sarah worries she'll always be unfairly judged by her appearance. Catherine Walker, ITV News.
Well, we've already been talking about it. The World Cup final is, of course, on Sunday morning, but there's plenty else happening in sport.
Zero Accounting Software sponsors ITV Regional Sports Report.
Arif joins us in the studio. Good evening, Arif.
Evening, Lara.
Good to see you. And we don't have to wait until Sunday, do we, for football?
Oh, no, we don't, Lara. Actually, we only need to wait just a few hours. That's because Sheffield United are in action tonight as they look to pick up their first win since returning to the Premier League. The Blades have been busy bolstering their squad in the transfer window with 7 new players coming in. Head coach Paul Heckingbottom will hope to have some of them available tonight for the game against Nottingham Forest, but admits getting his new additions up to speed is a challenge.
We're doing all our work with the players, whether that's fitness, whether that's bedding them into the group, or the tactical work that we're doing with them. We know we're doing it in amongst the fixtures, which is not ideal. It's just flat out work and reflection on what they're taking in, what do they still need, and then work again, and it'll be that throughout the season anyway.
The build-up to Leeds United's game tonight against West Brom has been dominated by the players who won't be playing rather than those who will. Manager Daniel Farke revealed that Willy Gnonto, Luis Sinisterra and Helder Costa are all training away from the first team, as a trio of wingers are all trying to leave the club, so being kept away from the squad. At his press conference, Farke pulled no punches on the type of players he wants at the club.
For me, it's quite important that you always show some steel and some strength anyhow, because the club is always bigger than any individual. So at least my style will never be that I pray and beg a player and you have to come back or something like this. No, for that we are Leeds United. We are too big. That we are reliable from one player, and this is my style, and this is how I work and also will lead the club.
To Rugby League now, and there's a huge bottom of the table clash in Super League tonight that could go a long way in determining who will be relegated this season. Wakefield Trinity welcome the Castleford Tigers to Bellevue, with both teams bottom on 8 points. With 6 games left, it could be a defining night for one of these teams.
Obviously, it's a game with significance that you can get a 2-point advantage on on your nearest team, but it's pointless just focusing on this one and not the others that come after it too. So we're just looking forward to hopefully putting in a good performance in front of his own crowd.
The boys know what a game, what size game it is. It is a big one, especially where we are on the league table. You can't hide away from that fact. So all we've got to do is just concentrate on that, concentrate on performing, and then what comes, after that, then we'll move on.
And finally from me, it's good luck to the Leeds Rhinos wheelchair team who are in Challenge Cup action this weekend. That's all the sport from me.
Right, so just give us a prediction for Sunday then with the Lionesses.
Oh, that's a tough one, isn't it? As long as England wins, I don't care.
Okay.
Oh, very good, very good. We don't go to penalties, do we, or anything like that?
Oh, no, we don't like that kind of thing, do we, in England?
Now, Laura, what's the best prize you've ever won?
Do you know what? I'm not sure I'm that good at winning prizes, Ian. What about you?
Oh, I don't know, probably knobbly knees, I don't know.
Oh, yes, actually. Now, there's an image I don't want to think about. Well, one hospital can beat that because they've applied for a prize from the Department of Transport. But they forgot all about it until they were landed with a 10-metre long, 2-metre wide object in their car park. Helen Steele has more.
Well, when staff here at Airedale Hospital won a competition, they thought, might be cash, might be vouchers, but no, it was a pacer train. Well, here we are on board, and if you take a look this way, it looks like any old regular train, except we have the chief exec of Airedale Hospital. You won this train, didn't you? Have you ever won a train before?
No, I haven't, but there is a first time for everything, and it's a great train. Looks like a normal train here, but have a look at the back, it's extraordinary.
We will do, thank you so much. I'll take you through this way, and she is right. We've got fairy lights here. We've got lots of games going on down here. We've got a little monkey up there, and a library here too. And in the library, we have Jodie from the Hospitals Trust. Jodie, when you win a train, what do you do with it?
So we won the train in 2019 and it arrived with us on site in 2021, and with the help of a lot of friends we've taken our time and we've been able to do it up to an incredible space.
In here we've got Cheryl who works here, don't you? Cheryl, will this be good for you?
This space will provide a safe space for my little boy should we need to use it in the future, so yeah, it's great.
Brilliant. Are you enjoying yourself, Louis? Yeah. Yes, he thinks he is, yes. So we'll just take you back this way because today we've had the official unveiling ceremony and we have Charlie. Now I've heard Charlie quite likes trains, don't you, Charlie? Yeah. Do you go on holiday on them sometimes?
Yeah.
We'll go and speak to your mum, Charlotte. And Charlotte, he's quite a regular patient, isn't he?
Transport is his passion, so to have this train on site here is just going to be amazing, just to keep that waiting time. You won't be bored.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. And speaking of waiting times, I'll just take you over to this board here. It says here, what do you think of our train? And Charlie has written, excellent, nice train. Now that's probably the best review any train is going to get in the near future.
Thanks very much, Helen. At least that train will never be late.
Yeah, absolutely. She'd make a great train conductor, actually, wouldn't she?
She would,
Now then, the weather forecast. Here is Ross.
Good visibility on the horizon. TUI sponsors ITV Yorkshire Weather.
Hello, good evening. Well, cloud coming and going today, some patchy rain as well, but really all attention on this evening and overnight as our second summer storm rattles through, bringing some heavy rain, some blustery winds as well. It's only with us briefly through the weekend, becoming brighter, lighter winds with just a scattering of showers. But yes, this area of low pressure here, named by the Irish Met Office as Storm Betty, is bringing some torrential downpours at times. Only a few hours of those, but some rumbles of thunder in the mix. They lift their way further north as we head into tomorrow morning. Then through Saturday and Sunday, things are looking more promising, certainly more in the way of sunshine, just a few showers here and there, and temperatures actually for some up in the mid-20s. So back to the here and now, you can see the rain is beginning to arrive over the next few hours. The brighter colours in the mix there showing we're getting those heavy downpours with us for a few hours before moving out towards the North Sea. Clearing behind, we're seeing those clearer skies, but still very much on the blustery side at times, and temperatures are holding up. These are the overnight lows, 17 or 18 degrees, quite a muggy feel to things as we head into Saturday morning. So into tomorrow morning, Storm Betty has all but cleared away, but still very much on the breezy side. From the west, cloud increasing at times. We could see a few showers, some patchy rain trying to spread through. But thanks to those winds, they rattle through quickly and plenty of sunny spells in the mix. Still that humid feel to things, temperatures peaking at around 25 degrees. As we head through the later part of Saturday and into Sunday, that low pressure system continues to track away from the UK, calmer into Sunday, more in the way of sunshine, highs of around 22 or 23 degrees.
TUI sponsors ITV Yorkshire Weather.
Thank you, Ross. Well, that's just about as far as we go tonight as we edge closer to England's World Cup final kickoff.
Yes, we're still counting down. Look, the ITV Evening News follows us shortly, and James Webster will have our late bulletin at 10:30.
Have a great weekend, whatever you're doing. And if you're watching on Sunday, whether it be at home, at a pub, or maybe a sports club somewhere,
or whether you're one of the many footballers who've been inspired by the Lionesses and what they've already achieved, we hope it will be a day to remember.
We'll leave you tonight with some of your good luck messages ahead of what could be an historic day.
Yes, so good luck, England. We're all behind you. Have a great weekend. Good night.
Good night.
to make our fans proud.
We just wanted to wish you the best of luck for Sunday. We believe in you. Come on, you can do it. Come on, England.
The whole country is behind you. Come on, girls.
Just want to wish the Lionesses the very, very best this Sunday in the final of the World Cup.
The Lionesses have been unbelievable. Come on, England. You can do it. One more game against Spain. Come on!
Hooray, lasses, you can do it!
Yes, you can. Let's go. Come on!
Those years of running circles around us in the playground, Rach played knockout Wem, all for this moment. All the best. Go on!
Come on, Lionesses, bring it home. Wishing you the best of luck. You have got this.
Good luck, Lionesses! Thank you for inspiring so many young people across the nation. Keep that momentum going and bring it home.